This video will show you how to remove and replace the outlet valve on a fluid, two-piece siphonic toilet. You would need to remove the outlet valve to replace it or to clean it. To complete this maintenance work, you will need a wrench or set of pliers large enough to fit around a 3.5-inch outlet valve nut. If replacing the valve, you will need a replacement outlet valve and a new tank-to-bowl foam seal. A list showing outlet valve and foam seal model numbers for fluid toilets is included in the write-up below. You can purchase replacement parts at the Sustainable Solutions parts store located at shop@sustainablesolutions.com. The last item that you may need is a replacement water supply line. The water supply line can get brittle over time, making it vulnerable to leaking after removing it, which can cause water damage to your home. Unless your toilet is really new, it's always a good idea to change the supply line. They're pretty inexpensive and available at all stores where plumbing supplies are sold. We're showing you how to install the outlet valve in one piece, but it does consist of two parts: the outlet valve head and the base. If you're just replacing the head alone, a link to the video how to replace the outlet valve head on a fluid toilet is linked below. But we want to make sure that you are fully familiar with this outlet valve. The base is held stationary in the toilet tank, and the valve head can be easily removed or reattached. To remove the head, you simply twist the valve head and pull upward. This is a close-up of the outlet valve head with the setting tabs visible. If you'd like to learn more about changing the settings on a duo outlet valve, we've attached a clip in the description below called How to Change the Flush Volume Settings on a Fluid Duo Outlet Valve. To reattach the valve head, look for the notches on the sides of the outlet valve base. You'll see corresponding tabs in the outlet valve head. Slide the tabs into the notches and turn clockwise, which should lock the head back into place. Now let's start the replacement. The first thing you always want to do when doing maintenance work to your toilet is to turn the water off at the inlet valve and remove the lid to your tank. You will then need to completely drain all of the water from the tank. For our demonstration purposes, the tank is already empty and dry. But if you are unsure how to do this, we've added a link to the video Removing the Water from a Toilet Tank to the description below. You'll also want to have a towel handy, as some water may drip during the next couple of steps. Next, unscrew the water supply line from the tank. The tank-to-bowl connection is located on either side of the tank. Reach under the tank and remove the wing nuts that attach the tank to the bowl. Lift the tank off the bowl and rest it on its side. Every time you remove the tank from the bowl on a two-piece toilet, you need to replace the tank-to-bowl foam seal to ensure a tight, watertight connection. The seal is located at the base of the outside of the tank. Grasp it firmly, pull it off, and discard. The outlet valve is held in place by a large plastic nut at the base of the tank. Use a large wrench, pliers, or a plumber's tool designed for this task and unscrew the nut. You will need to reuse this plastic nut. Now, from the top of the tank, remove the overflow tube from the outlet valve. Just pull it straight up. Then you're going to need to remove the handle casing by turning the nut holding it onto the handle. Just unscrew it and pull it off. The valve is now completely unattached from the tank and components, so you can lift it out. Now take the cleaned or replacement valve and place it back into the tank. Reattach the outlet valve plastic nut. You want this nut to be fairly tight to ensure that the seal is watertight, but don't over-tighten it or it can crack. The rule of thumb is to hand tighten as much as you can and then do an additional half to one full turn with the wrench until you can feel the tension. Now peel the backing off the new tank-to-bowl foam seal and place it firmly on the tank bottom. From the top of the tank, replace the overflow tube back into the outlet valve. Push it down far enough so that the tube doesn't extend outside the tank, and reattach the handle casing. To do this, have a look under the casing nut. You will see that there are notched openings. On the handle hardware, you'll see notches. The handle hardware notches fit into those openings on the casing, allowing you to slide the casing over the handle hardware. Push it into place. You can now tighten the nut, but make sure that while you are tightening, you hold the handle upright. Whatever position the handle is sitting in is the position that it will remain once you've tightened the nut. So simply hold it up while tightening and it'll be perfectly placed. Once the outlet valve is in place, you can place the tank back onto the bowl by lining up the bolts at the bottom of the tank with the holes in the bowl. Then, reaching underneath the bowl lip, reattach the wing nuts to both sides and hand tighten. Reattach the supply line by hand, making sure that it's tight. Turn the water supply back on. You should now carefully check to make sure that there are no leaks either at the supply line, between the tank and the bowl, or leaks into the bowl. Once you're confident that there are no leaks anywhere, replace the tank lid and you're finished. For more information on this maintenance work or on any of our products, please contact our customer support team at 1-800-460-7019, or you can reach us by email at help@sustainablesolutions.com.